When the hurly-burly's done, what's lost and won,
that will be ere the set of sun.
Where the heath? Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
I come, grey mountain. And all. There is foul.
And foul is
through the fog and filthy air.
My liege, a messenger has come. He can report, as seemeth by his plight, of the revolt, the newest state. Hail, brave friends. Say to the king, the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Oh, God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy friend?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes, as sparrows eagles, or the hare the lion. They doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Happiness!
Fate, thy gashes cry for help.
So will thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
A drum! A drum! Macbeth doth come!
So foul and fair a day I've not seen.
How far is Cole to Forest?
Hail! Hail! Hail!
What are these? so withered and so wild in their attire. Look not like the inhabitants of the earth. And yet our aunt. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me by each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips.
Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis. All hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail, Macbeth, that shall be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical? Or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail! Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail!
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By Sinel's death, I know I'm Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence. Speak, I charge you!
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither have they vanished?
Into the air. And what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor, too, went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words.
Stand ho!
Who's that?
Yonder, my lord.
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. And everyone did bear thy praises in his kingdom's great defense and poured them down before us.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master. Thanks.
And for an earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
The Thane lives yet, but treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Thanks for your pains. Glamis and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That trusted home might yet enkindle you unto the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange. And oftentimes to win us to the instruments of darkness, tell us truths. Win us with honor. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. Ill Why hath it given me earnest of success commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion whose hurried image doth unfix my hair and makes my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not. If chance will have me king, why, chance may crown me without my stir.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
New honors come upon him. Like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered when every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts, each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough.
Come, friend.
Wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming of a time with, Hail, King that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dews of rejoicing, by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay to thy heart and farewell. Arms thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. 'Tis too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Wouldst be great, and not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily, wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou wouldst have great arms, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do, and wishest you'd be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden road, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Mad to say it. Is not thy master with him? Who word so would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan and thy battlements. Come, you spirits, that tend mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall. You murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pour thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Great Lambs, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love. Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
On that morrow sea is as a book where men may read strange matters. The serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for. And you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and master them.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
Guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet doth approve by his loved mansionary that the heaven's breath smells wooingly here. No jutty frieze, buttress, nor coign of vantage, but this bird hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle. Where they most breed and haunt, I have observed the air is delicate.
See, our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble, which still we thank as love. Herein I teach you how you shall bid God Ildis for your pains, and thank us for your trouble.
All our service in every point twice done, and then done double, were poor and single business to contend against those honors, deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house.
Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. Kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, know we will establish our estate upon our eldest Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland, which honor shall not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers.
An honor, brother, which is well deserved.
Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else I'll leap, for in my way it lies. Stars.
like to see my blank and deep desires. The eye wink at the hand. Yet let that be which the eye fears, when it is done, to see. If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly, if the assassination could trammel up the consequence, and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here, but here upon this bank and shoal of time we'd jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught return to plague the inventor. Even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides this, Duncan has borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim horsed upon the sightless courier of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. Anna, what news?
He has almost supped. Have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Oh, no, you're not. He has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which will be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Had it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time, such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem'st the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would like the poor cat at the added?
Will you peace? I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it then, you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. No time, no place to then adhere, and yet you would make both. They've made themselves. And that their fitness now does unmake you. I've given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out. Had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail? But screw your courage to the sticking place, and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, where do the of his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lies in a death, what can and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan what not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quarrel.
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted mettle should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber and used their very daggers that they have done?
Who dares receive it other? As we shall make our griefs and clamour roar upon his death.
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat.
Time the fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
Good night. Fair and noble hostess, we are in measureless content.
Sweet repose attend your majesty.
Present this to our fair hostess.
My liege, I will. How goes the night, boy?
Moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
She goes down at 12.
I take this later, sir.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take thee that too. Get thee to bed. If his summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose.
Go bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready, she strike bell.
Who's that?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath been in unusual pleasure and sent forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond, he greets your wife withal. by the name of Most Kind Hostess.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the three weird sisters. To you, they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kind pleasure.
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it. But still keep my bosom franchised and allegiance clear, I shall be counsel.
Good repose the while.
Thanks. The like to you.
Which I see before me that hold my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one half world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder alarum by his sentinel the wolf, whose howls is watch. Thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design, moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm said earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear the very stones prate of my whereabout, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whilst I threat, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds, too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me.
the knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Made them drunk had made me bold. What had quenched them had given me fire. This was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. Death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there? What ho?
Back. I'm afraid they have awaked and 'tis not done. Tempt, not the deed confounds us. Look, I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Did you not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
Wait.
No.
Beside you, Henry. Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donald Bain.
Is it a sorry sight?
Foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
If one did laugh in sleep, but one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep. One cried, God bless us, and amen, the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands, listening their fear. I could not say amen when they did say God bless us. But wherefore could not I pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
His deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
I thought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep. Sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care. The death of each day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of hurt minds. Great nature's second course, chief nourisheth life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain sickly of things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I am afraid to think what I've done. Look on't again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose, give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
knocking? Thou is't with me when every noise appalls me. What hands are here? Ah, they pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No, this my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. He is knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wake, Duncan, with thy knocking. I would thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of hell gate, he should have all turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith, here's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator! Knock, knock! Never quiet. What are you? Oh, but this place is too cold for hell. I'll double porter it no further. I had thought to have let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon! Anon! Please remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
It's we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of many things.
What things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and lechery, sir. Lechery, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. And therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it takes him off. It persuades him and disheartens him. It makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, it equivocates him in a sleep, and giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night, friend.
That it did, sir. In the very throat of me.
Is thy master stirring?
Knocking has awakened him. Here he comes.
Macduff! Good morning, noble sir. Lord of Ross?
Is the king stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, and yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pay. That is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down. and as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death and prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
It was a rough night.
Well, my young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
What's the matter?
Confusion now made his masterpiece! What is to say? Most sacrilegious murder!
Mean you, His Majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your saber and you, Gorgon! Do not let me speak, say and then speak yourselves! Awake! Awake!
Where?
Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason. Banquo and Delverne! Malcolm! Awake! Awake! Up and see the great doom imminent! Malcolm!
Such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house. Speak, speak.
Oh, gentle lady, it is not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo, Banquo. Our royal master's murdered.
Oh, alas. What, in our house?
Too cruel anywhere.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I'd lived a blessed time. For from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys, renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss? Your royal father's murdered.
The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was trusted with.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them. Wherefore did you so? Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and true in a moment? No man. The expedition of violent love outran the pauser, reason. Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gas tabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannily breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love? And in that heart, courage to make love known.
Help me, Hans. Oh.
Look to the lady.
Through there! Stand back!
Head to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues that most may claim this argument for hours? Let's away.
And when we have our naked flails his head that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
Let's briefly put on manly readiness in the hall together.
Well contented.
What will you do? This murderer's shot, that shot hath not yet lighted. Our safest way is to avoid the aim. I'll to England.
To Ireland, I. Our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer.
Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking.
I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled former knowings.
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done.
How goes the world, Macduff?
I see you not.
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those the Macbeth hath slain,
Why, what good could they pretend?
they were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's two sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Then 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He is already named, and goes to Scone to be invested.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll to Fife.
Well, I will sit down. Farewell, good doctor.
Farewell, both. King, Cawdor, Bilan, all, as the weird women promised. And I fear thou played most foully for it. Yet it was said it would not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why, by the verities of thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope?
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me. To the which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice in this day's council, but we'll take tomorrow. Is't far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear that Duncan's sons are now bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, hie you to horse, and you, till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we'll keep ourselves till supper time alone. While then, God be with you.
Attend those men, our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us.
To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown and put a barren scepter in my gripe, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them the gracious Duncan have I murdered. Put rankers in the vessel of my peace, only for them. And mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings. Now stay here till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Well, then, now, have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was Banquo in times past which held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self.
You made it known to us.
Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go?
I am one, my lord, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed that I am reckless what I do to spite the world.
And I another, so weary with disasters, tugged with fortune that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid on.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my good lord.
So is he mine. And in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrusts against my nearest life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not, for certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, whom I myself struck down. And thence it is that I to your assistance to make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our lives...
Your spirit shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, the moment hunt, for it must be done tonight. And something from the palace. Always thought that I'd acquire a clearness, and with him, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work, fiance his son that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour.
My liege.
Resolve yourselves apart, I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
Abide within. I'll call upon you straight. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Not had, all spent, where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor malice remains in danger of our former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the world suffer. Here we will eat our meal in fear, sleep in the affliction of these
terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we to gain our peace have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy.
Come on, gentle my lord. Sleek o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love. And so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence both with eye and tongue. Unsafe the while that we must lave our honor in these flattering streams,
and make our faces vizards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his fleance lives.
But in them nature's copy is not etern.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund, ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight, ere to black Hecate's summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums hath rung night's yawning peal. There shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Juck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, whilst night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me. But who did bid thee join with us?
Macbeth. He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices and what we have to do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day.
Tis he. Stand to't.
We have lost best half of our affair.
Then let's away and say how much is done. You know your own degrees. Sit down. At first and last, a hearty welcome.
Thank you.
Ourselves will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends. For my heart speaks, they are welcome.
Your Grace, Your Majesty.
See, they encounter thee with their heart's thanks. Here I'll sit in the midst, be large in mirth.
Anon we'll drink a measure the table round. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut. That I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. Yet he's good that did the like for Fleance. If thou didst it, thou art the none Perel.
Most royal sir, Fleance escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I had else been perfect, whole as the marble, founded as the rock, as broad and general as the casing air. But now I'm cabined, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Aye, my good lord. Safe in a ditch he bides, with 20 trenchard gashes on his head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again. Now, good digestion wait on appetite, and health on both.
May it please your highness sit.
Here had we now our countries on a roof, were the graced person of our Banquo present. Whom may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance?
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. May it please your highness to grace us. Here is a place for...
Where?
What is the move, your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him, and extend his passion. Feed, and regard him not. Are you a man?
I, and a bold one that dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts, impostors to true fear, would well become a woman's story at a winter's fire or flies by her granddam. Shame itself. Why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there. Behold. Look. Lo, how say you? Why, what care I if thou canst nod, speak too? If charnel houses and our graves resemble those that we bury back, our monument shall be the moors of kites.
What cries a man in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him.
Aye, for shame.
Blood hath been shed ere now in the olden time. Aye, and since 2 murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear. The time has been that when the brains were out, the man would die and there an end. But now, they rise again with 20 mortal murders on their crowns and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity which is nothing to those that know me. Now, love and health to all. Then I'll sit down. Give me some wine. Fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Would he were here. To all and him we thirst, and all to all. Our duty is Advance and quit my sight, let the earth hide thee! Thy bones are marrowless and thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes that thou dost glare with. Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros or the Hyrcan tiger. Take any shape but that, and my firm nerve shall never tremble. Or be alive again, and tempt me to the desert with thy sword. If trembling I inhabit then,
to test me the baby of a girl. Hence, horrible shadow. Unreal mockery, hence!
Think of this. 'Twould peers but as a thing of custom. There's no other. Only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
Aye, so. Being gone, I am a man again. Pray you sit still.
You have displaced the mirth. Broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be and overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder? You make me strange even to the disposition that I owe, when now I think you could behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Crest and enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night. And better health attend His Majesty.
Kind good night to all.
Good night, Your Majesty.
I say things have been strangely borne. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead. Who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donald Bain to kill their gracious father? Damn that fact. How did grieve Macbeth? Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was not that nobly done? Aye, and wisely too. For 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So that I say he has borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's sons under his key, as and please heaven he shall not, they should find what 'twere to kill a father. Sir, can you tell where they bestow themselves?
In the English court.
Thither Macduff is gone, to pray the holy king that with his help we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets, bloody knives.
I'll send my prayers with him.
They say blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have by magpies and chops and rooks brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayst thou that Macduff denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it, by the way. But I will send. There's not a one of them but in his house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will to the weird sisters. For now I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. For mine own good all causes shall give way. I am in blood stepped in so far that should I wade no more, returning were as tedious as go o'er. Strange things I have in head that will to hand that must be acted, ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, we'll to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young indeed. Now, you secret blackened midnight hags, what is to do? I conjure you by that which you profess, howe'er you come to know it, answer me.
Macbeth, Macbeth, beware Macduff, beware the Thane of Fife. Dismiss me. Enough.
For thy good caution, thanks, thou hast half my fear right. But one word more.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute, not to scorn the power of man. For none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff, what need I fear of thee?
Lion mettled, proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be, until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest, spit the tree, unfix his earthbound root? Sweet boldness, good. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing. Shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this and an eternal curse fall on you. Where are they? Gone. Let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in without there.
My lord.
Saw you the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them.
My lord, Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England.
Aye, my good lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose never is o'ertook unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. And even now to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights.
Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven in the face. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
What you have spoke, it may be so. Perchance, this tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongues was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He has not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may observe of him through me.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may submit to an imperial charge.
Oh, Scotland, Scotland, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again?
But I shall crave your pardon. Let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkst for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp and the rich east to boot.
My ever-gentle cousin, welcome hither.
Good God, betimes remove the means that makes us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did.
Almost afraid to know itself. Cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying or ere they sicken.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace.
No. They were well at peace when I did leave them.
It be not a niggard of your speech. How goes it?
I have words that would be howled out in the desert air.
What concern they? The general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered to relate the manner whereto had the death of you. What man gives sorrow words? The grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfraught heart and bids it break.
My children, too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife killed, too.
I have said.
He has no children. All my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, hell kite. All. What, all my pretty chickens and their dam at one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. But I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it.
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes and break it with mine tongue. But gentle heavens, cut short all intermission. Front to front bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword's length. Set him! If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
What I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. There will be hands uplifted in my right. And here from gracious England have I offered of goodly thousands. Come, go we to the king. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
I have 2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in the most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature to receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life fast asleep. Observe her. Stand close.
How came she by that light?
She has light by her continually. It is her command.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her continue in this a quarter of an hour.
Yet here's a spot.
She speaks. I'll set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, damned spot. Out, I say. But then 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie. A soldier in the field? What need we fear? Who knows it when none can call our power to account? And who'd have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him? The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? But will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starting.
Go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoken what she should not, I'm sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
Is the smell of the blood still? All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh.
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep, who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. He cannot come out on's grave. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come. 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 Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm and the good Macduff.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane, he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad. Others that lesser hate him to call it valiant fury.
Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love.
Make we our march towards Burnham. Bring me no more reports. Let fly all. Till Burnham Wood removed to Dunsinane, I cannot think with fear. Watch the boy, Malcolm. Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, no man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Then fly forth, Staines! Mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear.
My liege!
The devil damn thee, black thou cream-faced loon! Where dost thou that goose look?
There is 10,000
These villain
soldiers, sir.
Oh, prick thy face and overread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy! What soldiers packed hath thy soul these in cheeks of thine counsellors to fear? What soldiers, whey-face?
The English force, sir, please you.
Take thy face hence. Satan! I'm sick at heart when I behold. Satan, I say! This push will cheer me ever, Lord. Deceit me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into the sere, the yellow leaf. And that which should accompany old age as honor, love, obedience, troops of friends, I must not look to have, but in their stead curses, not loud, but deep, mouth honor, breath which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not.
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me mine armor.
'Tis not needed.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses. Stir the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me my armor. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory of rooted sorrow. Raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet oblivious antidote cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff that weighs upon the heart.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs, I'll none of it. Come, put mine armor on. Give me my staff. Satan, send out. Doctor, the Thanes fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, Doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. Pull it out, I say. What rhubarb, senna, what purgative drug could scour these English heads? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane. Hang out our banners on the outward walls. Man the battlements. To arms!
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here.
The days are near at hand. The chambers will be safe. We doubt it nothing. What wood is this? The wood of Burnham. Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. It shall be done. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery earn and report of us.
Castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie till famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home. is that noise?
It is the cry of women, my good lord.
I've almost got the taste of fears. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. I have supped full with horrors. Direness familiar to my slaughterous thoughts cannot once start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Gracious, my lord.
How comes to use my tongue, my story, quickly?
I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say so.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me endure your wrath, if be not so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming. I say a moving grove.
If thou speaks false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I fall in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiends that lie like truths. Fear not till Burnham wood do come to Dunsinane, and now a wood comes toward Dunsinane. Arm, arm, and out! I begin to be a-weary of the sun, and wish the estate of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell! Blow wind, come wreck! At least we'll die with harness on our back!
Now, near enough! Your leafy streams throw down
hold me still. I cannot strike a wretched kern whose arms were hired to bear their staves. Shall sheathe again undeeded. Let me find him, fortune, and more I beg.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, the gashes do better on them. Turn! Hellhound! Turn! Of all men else I have avoided thee, but get thee back! My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My sword, thou bloody a villain, and terms can give thee out!
Labor, as easy mayst thou the entrenchant air with thy keen sword impresses make me bleed. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life that must not yield to one of woman born.
Spare thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee Macbeth was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believed that palter with us in a double sense, that keep the word of promise to our ear, break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee, and yield thee, coward!
And live to be the show and gaze of the time. We'll have thee as our rare monsters are, painted upon a pole, and under it, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rabble's curse. Though Burnham would be come to Dunsinane, and thou oppose being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be him that first cries, hold, enough!